With spring break coming up soon, many people in Ohio are likely making travel plans. And to help ensure that your trip goes as smoothly and as safely as possible, we're joined today by Dr. Amit Arwindekar, Medical Director with UnitedHealthcare Global. And Dr. Arwindekar, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, as people begin planning those springtime getaways, what should they keep in mind when it comes to their health?
So there's three things I suggest that you really keep in mind for your health. First and foremost, go check in with your doctor and make sure that you're in your best health possible before you start traveling. Second, if you're going to go overseas, make sure that you've gotten your appropriate vaccine so that you're ready for travel to where you're going. And third, and I think most importantly, you want to have a personal medical kit, a small kit that has sort of the basic essentials to take care of yourself while you're away from home. So include NSAID pain relievers, antihistamines for itching, sunscreen, bug spray, those kinds of things if you are going to a place where that's an issue.
Well, if people are flying cross country or around the world through multiple time zones, how can they avoid jet lag?
Yeah, jet lag's a huge problem for a lot of people if you're traveling more than 2 time zones, either east or west. Usually, you have difficulty with knowing when to sleep, when to wake up. A couple things that'll help you out. First and foremost, make sure you're rested before you go on your trip. If you're already tired, it makes that transition much more difficult. Second, work on getting sunlight in those hours when you're not used to seeing sunlight in that area. So if you're going east to Europe, you want to get more sunlight during the day, in the morning. If you're going west, you want to get that sunlight in the evening time when you might usually be asleep. And that will help you readjust your clock.
So what should we do once we arrive at our destination?
So I think once you get there, you want to make sure you know where your resources are. So if something happens and you get sick, you want to know where can you get medical care, and you want to make sure that you have your contact information for those locations, and you want to make sure that your family knows where you are so they can contact you if something happens.
Well, many people take prescription medications. What do we need to keep in mind when traveling with those?
So there's a lot of people who are on prescription medications. A couple things I would keep in mind. First and foremost, make sure you have all of your medications in their appropriately labeled bottles for when you're going through security. A lot of times customs will want to know what those pills are. Second, make sure you have extra medication in case your trip is delayed. If you can't get home in time or something happens, you want to make sure that you have enough to keep on hand. I recommend at least an extra 1 to 2 weeks worth of medicines. And three, check with our website to see how much you can take with you. Different countries have regulations for how much of medications you can bring with you or not into a country. You want to make sure you stay on the right side of those laws.
So what if someone gets injured or ill while traveling or has an unexpected family emergency that causes them to delay or even cancel their trip?
So this is a great question. We see this a lot. Up to 10% of international travelers have a medical issue when they're traveling overseas. If your medical issue requires medical care, a lot of times your Medicare plans or your domestic healthcare plans will not cover you overseas. This is where something like a UnitedHealthcare Safe Trip policy can be really helpful. It can help pay for your medical expenses. It can provide you with translation services, let you know where to find appropriate providers, help you if your trip gets canceled by helping you get your luggage back, or getting refunds for your travel, and can provide translation services if you need that. And God forbid, if you need help coming back home, they can help provide you help getting back home.
Well, this is a lot of great information. Where could people go to learn more?
UHCSafeTrip.com is a great website and resource for all these questions.
All right, Dr. Arwindekar, thanks again.
My pleasure. Thank you.